Finally! Today is mostly a car day, so if you're not interested in car stuff, you might want to go watch another reselling video.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, grandmas. Today is Thursday, September 14th.
And I did have 3 sales, one on eBay, one on Etsy, one on Amazon, completing the trifecta. Sold Gauntlet Legends on Amazon for 35 bucks. Sold this vintage starter, really good condition, green under, corduroy script hat from Purdue, the college, not the chicken company. Sold for $22, shipped. I sold a Captain Falcon amiibo, I think for like 13 bucks, lost money on that. So check out what I did yesterday. Oh yeah. This is a lot of van that I got for $1,200. It was the top tier model. Everything except for the TV. I wish I had a TV, then I could test consoles in it when I'm driving around Florida. Yesterday I tightened my power steering belt and my drive belt, and I got rid of any like minor squeaking that I was having. So that's good. AC's working beautifully. Got the garage door thing to work, and now I'm working on my heat. I have a theory of what's going on with it, and my theory is the blend door actuator. And what the actuator is when you twist this, it sends an electrical signal to it sends an electronic signal to a motor to spin one direction, and then when you spin it the other direction, it spins back the other direction. That motor turns a series of gears to move a rod or a flap somehow, and that flap moves from air conditioning to letting the heat come in. These knobs, this one, it's just sending the signal to the blower fan. It gets faster the higher you put it up. This one is also an actuator similar to this, to where it moves and changes direction of airflow. And then this button here also is an actuator where it moves a flap to let air in and out of the car. But this one is the one that I believe is not working, because when I turn the car on, I hear no noise when I change it. And I'm also getting into the glove box down here. I think my blend door actuator's in there, so I'm going to turn on the car and then see if I can manually move it and get some heat, or what's going on. I might have to get more into my dash, but right now I just have the glove box off. Makes sense? You see that white arm? I have engaged the blend door actuator completely down there. It feels hot coming out. It looks hot coming out. It's coming out at 113. That means it's not the heater core. It is indeed the actuator. There's little pins underneath this big sprocket here, and those were all completely gunked up with grease. So maybe that impeded the connection. All the gears look fine. The motor runs fine. So I'll tinker with this some more if I can get it to work. That would be great, but more than likely I'm just going to buy a new unit and replace it. It looks like it's going to be a pain to try to fix. And this is my guess of the issue. There's just globs of grease down there, some corrosion, and then a couple of bent teeth. I don't know if I did that when I was getting it off or what, but there's just like globs of grease on this. So I'm gonna try to see if I can clean that up, bend them back, and then this side over here looks to be okay. This side over here is kind of all junked up. But I'm gonna clean it up. And I will be making a video in the future coming out called how to replace your 2005 Sedona. Your heat blend door actuator is actually what it's called. So if you see that video pop up and it's not resale related, don't thumb it down just because you don't want to see it. Give it a thumbs up so someone else can find it and use the information to fix their heat door actuator, hopefully on the cheap. Heat, tires, and then that awful steering thing. I did get the car up on jacks yesterday. I believe the steering is coming from a ball joint. Tom Knight said maybe tie rods, and from what I did research on, tie rods give you a 9-3 play in the wheel, and my front passenger wheel has a 12-6 play in it. Let me see if I can get it jacked up and show you. 9-3, very little amount of play, but from 12 and 6, nice little clicking. From my understanding, it would be loose everywhere if it was a wheel bearing. Could be a wheel bearing, could also be some sort of suspension in the ball joints or the tie rods. From my current understanding. Or is it the CV joint? I don't know. It's only on the front side, mainly from 12 to 6, but I have no idea how to diagnose. I don't really know exactly how to diagnose and specifically what part it is that needs to be replaced. So if anyone out there has any front end suspension tips, let me know. I'm gonna do some more research and see what I can come up with. It is a van suspension sweat day. So you're gonna grab it by 12 and 6, and then kind of you'll feel this wiggly play. I just gotta feel the joints while you do that.
12.
Yeah, I don't think it's in the suspension. I think it might be the wheel bearing. We can talk about grandma's wheel bearings breaking, my wheel bearing break. My guess is it's the wheel bearing, just because I'm feeling around the suspension components. They're not moving at all. I'm just gonna start disassembling it and take the wheel off, and then see where we can go from there. Yeah, it's definitely in the hub. Totally isolate it just with the wheel off. I'm almost positive is why my steering's all wonky. Something in the wheel bearing right there. Good thing I figured it out now. That car gave me a headache today. It started raining while I was in the middle of working on it, so everything outside is like soaked and halfway put together. My head is throbbing. The press and bearings is now something I will take into consideration when buying a vehicle. Something with a bearing assembly, hub bearing assembly is so much easier. Just like 3 bolts out, 3 bolts in to get it in and out. That's something to look forward to in the future purchasing a car. If you haven't already, give the video a thumbs up. If you have any encouraging comments, I would love to hear them, and I will talk to you guys in the morning. I feel so unaccomplished. I gotta wait for parts, and it's kind of annoying waiting for parts. And I'll talk to you guys in the morning. Bye.